Very good morning to everyone. Okay, so welcome to Network Ethics. Today is the day one of our Fine on Firewall training program, and as well as which is going to, this Fine on Firewall training program. In this Fine on Firewall training program, as a first firewall product, we are going to learn Checkpoint. Okay, so Checkpoint is the first firewall product you guys are going to learn. Okay, so it's a day one. Okay, so in day one, I don't want to go deeper. So today, what we are going to do? So we are going to discuss about your course curriculum, what are the topics it's included, and how many session it will take. So this common discussion, and then I just want to give you the introduction to the checkpoint. So what is checkpoint? So over, I as of now in this today's session, I'm going to give you the overview of Checkpoint. What is Checkpoint? What are the type of operating system is there, and what is the history of what is the architecture it's using, right? So these common information we are going to discuss now. Okay. So and tomorrow onwards, will as per the schedule, tomorrow we are going to discuss the lab setups. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to create your own lab setup in your desktop or laptop, right? By using virtual lab setup, by using a tool called EVNG, guys. Okay, sorry, guys. So EVNG, how to install that EVNG operating system, how to upload the image files, and how to create your lab, how to work with the EVNG lab files, how to take a backup of your lab files, right? So how to import existing your lab files into your EVNG operating system, right? So all those stuffs we'll discuss, and then for, tomorrow, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll discuss this one. Okay, and the Monday onwards, we will start our initial configuration of your checkpoint. So before doing a first lab or in a checkpoint, so I want to make sure I am I want to make sure you guys are everyone it's installed your lab setup properly, and I request you to come up with your desktop or laptop on which machine you want to install, right? So that tool, and tomorrow session in a live session itself, we are going to install it, guys. Okay, live session itself, we are going to install that EVNG, everyone, EVNG operating system in your laptop or desktop, guys. Okay, fine. So let's, before going to the checkpoint introduction, let's discuss about the course content which we are going to cover in this fine on fire. In this checkpoint, right? So totally we have 11 modules. Okay. So module one, actually module one, we have to start as a lab setup. Okay. And module two, it's starting from the checkpoint. So introduction to the firewalls. So you can make it as it's a module one. So lab setup, which we are going to do it today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. It will take 2 days. So two sessions. Okay. So which where we are going to start to install your EVNG operating system and upload the image files and handle your EVNG, create a new lab on handling the existing lab, and how to take a configuration backup of your from your EVNG, right? All those stuffs we'll discuss to next 2 days. And then Monday, there is no it's in a weekdays batch, right? So today it's Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday, we will discuss about the lab setup, and Monday we'll start our checkpoint initial configuration. So today you are going to have some knowledge as an introduction purpose. What is checkpoint, firewall, and what are the architectures we have? So that I'll come, I'll give you the overview, and along with that, Monday I'm going to give you what is firewall. We already had a demo. What is firewall and what are the type of firewall is there? So it's in a short term. It's a reference point of view. I'll take a introduction to the firewall. So what is firewall and what are the type of firewall we have? All those stuffs, and then Tuesday onwards, we'll go with the installation, guys. We'll go with the initial configuration. So officially we'll start the lab from Tuesday onwards, which means, so I think it's from 9th Jan, we'll start the official lab. Okay. So initial configuration, and then while doing that initial configuration, you can deploy your checkpoint in a different ways. Okay. So what is your, standalone deployment, and then three-tier architecture or distributed installation. So uh, while doing that, your checkpoint operating system, Gaia operating system can run in a multiple stages. Okay, so in that scenario, we'll see what is security manager, what is the role of that security manager, how to install separately a security manager in your hardware, and what is security gateway, and how to install separately, what is the role of your security gateway. And as of now, you are not, if you're new to this checkpoint domain, you're not able to understand what is security manager, what is security gateway and all. So let me complete this. While giving a introduction about checkpoint, I'll tell you what are all that, and what's their role. Okay, everything. Okay, so and security gateway, after that we are going to install our security gateway separately in your checkpoint hardware, checkpoint firewalls. Okay, and so checkpoint manager and checkpoint gateway are two different roles. So and then smart console, these three are three different roles. And checkpoint gateway and checkpoint manager, you can install in a same hardware or separate hardware. So let's say this is a checkpoint hardware. If you want to install checkpoint manager and then gateway both in a single device, single hardware, that is called standalone deployment or two-tier architecture. Okay, and if you want to install your checkpoint manager, security manager, separate hardware, and security gateway, separate hardware, and this is called checkpoint hardware. This is called distributed installation. Both the roles are installed previously, both the roles are installed in a same device, but now both the roles are installed in a separate hardware. So this is called a distributed installation or three-tier architecture. Okay. So when we have to use a standalone deployment and when we have to use a three-tier architecture, what is the advantage of having a three-tier architecture in your production network, and how to install all these rules through separate devices, right? So everything we'll discuss while doing an initial configuration, guys. Okay, so initial configuration. So in either first we'll go with a standalone deployment. Okay, then we'll go with the uh, distributed deployment. So here, so standalone deployment will take one session. This is 2 days. It will take, sorry, lab 2 days. Introduction today. Okay, one. And then initial configuration, it will take standalone deployment one session plus distributed deployment one session to initial configuration. Along with that, so how to create or how to configure routing protocol in your checkpoint firewall, and how to take a update, how to upgrade your checkpoint operating system, Gaia operating system, and licenses, and how to take a backup, and how to restore your firewall. This administrative topics. Okay. Up to this security gateway, adding a security gateway and security manager into your, it's comes under the initial configuration. So it will take 2 sessions. And apart from that, this is administrative process. Okay. Administrative configuration, device management. Okay. So here, device management, we are going to have 2 sessions separately. So one session for taking a backup and restore separately, another sessions adding a default route, and then creating a, I left one topic here, so you can add it. Creating a you are going to see how to create multiple admin user account and then privilege. What are the how to create a new admin user accounts, okay, with the along with the different kind of privileges. What are the type of predefined roles of admin roles, and what is their privileges level, how to create a customized admin role, right? So everything we will see in our initial configuration itself. So initial configuration, it will go 2 plus 2 4 session, guys. Okay, so and after that, policy management, the module number 4, which is policy management. So here you are going to learn what is security policy in checkpoint firewall, and how to create your security policy, right? And we have a different kind of security policy. So access policy, NAT policy, and then UTM policies. Like that, we have a policy layers. So first, you are going to see how to understand how to create a security policies, common access policy. Security policy means it's an access policy. Then either how to allow or deny some traffic based on the IP address, based on the protocol service, based on the applications, right? So that and all we'll see. And after that, we'll go with the NAT. NAT itself, we have a automated NAT, manual NAT, okay, and hide NAT. So different kind of NAT features we have in a checkpoint. So NAT, it will go 2 to 3 sessions. Okay, so 3 sessions it will NAT. Normal security policy we will in hereafter, after completion of your module 3, when we are starting a module 4, right? So after that, frequently we'll create a security policies. Okay, so secure shared policy will create, a normal access policy will create, UTM policy will create, okay, everything. So to understand how to create a security policy and what are the what are the type of security policies we have, and what is the difference between the security access policy and then UTM policy, right? So that and all you are going to learn here, and it will take 2 days, plus NAT, it will take NAT theory, one day, one session it will go. Okay, and NAT lab implementation, it will go 2 sessions. So almost NAT will be implement. I mean, NAT will take 3 sessions. So module 4, it will take 2 plus 3 5, and then policy layer, shared policy. So module 4 and module 5, it will take 6 sessions to complete. Okay, so module 6. Okay, so yeah, module 5 policy layer. So that's here. Sorry, NAT I have included here as a module 6, so I can reduce there. So policy management will go one step, one session. So to console, I this module 4, it will explain the policy console. What are the type of policy console we have? What is policy? What is NAT policy? What is UTM policy? That how to create, right? So that console you are going to learn console types, you are going to learn in module 4. Module 5, it's talk about the different type of policies, like how to create application control, how to block or allow any specific traffic based on the application, how to identify the vulnerability, spyware, malware, viruses by using a UTM feature policy or threat prevention policy, and how to create a shared policy and sub layer policy. What are the type of layers, policy layers we have, right? So so it will application control, URL filter, sorry, application control and threat prevention, it will take 1 plus 1. Okay, so model policy Policy management will take one and the one session, and policy layers it will take two sessions. So model 5 it will take two session, model 4 it will take one session, and model 6 separately we have a separate model for the NAT. So here you are going to learn what is NAT, what are the type of NAT. We have static NAT, hide NAT, dynamic NAT, and then along with manual NAT, automated NAT. Okay, so so actually checkpoint support manual NAT and automated NAT. So in that scenario, manual NAT you can create a static method and okay, uh, and then static NAT used to manual method. So a manual method to create a NAT rule, and hide NAT. It just sorry, both static NAT or hide NAT or dynamic NAT, anything you can create manually or automated way. Okay, by just defining your object. Okay, so you can create all these three type of NATs either manual mode or automated mode. So what is manual mode and what is automated mode of NAT configuration? Everything we'll discuss in a live session. So NAT will take three, two sessions. It will take to complete, guys. Okay. So NAT two, and then under module 7 advanced firewalling feature, you are going to learn a URL filter web control. So if you want to block any websites, right, group of websites, so or category based websites, customized websites, everything you you are going to see how to create that, how to use that URL filter which is available in Checkpoint, right, by using a category based filter at group of filters, customized filters, everything we'll use. Okay, and then application control the same way, how to create application control, how to, if you want to block any specific website, sorry, any specific application or any category based, let's say I want to block entire social networking related applications, so or else I just want to block entire remote access applications. So the URL filter and application control are more or like similar, but application control have more granular control than URL filter. So micro application control also possible. Let's say I want to allow Facebook, but inside that Facebook chat I don't want to allow. Facebook is allowed, but inside that Facebook chat and voice call messengers, right? So these micro applications are not I don't want to allow. In that case, you can use application control in an efficient way. You can achieve this feature. Okay, guys. So and then so URL filter application control it will take one session both. Okay, and then your IPS features. So antivirus, anti-spam, file blocking, and then IPS to right. So this feature, this session, it will take for antivirus, file blocking, IPS will take one session separately, and sorry, 1 plus 1, so three plus one. So advanced firewalling feature, it will take four session, guys. Totally four session it will take. And then the model number 8, it's talk about the VPN. So what is SSL? What is VPN? What are the type of VPN we have? So what is IPsec VPN? What is SSL VPN? Everything. Okay. So model 8 it will take. So VPN theory one separate one day, and VPN lab, IPsec VPN one day, SSL VPN one day. Right. So three sessions VPN model will take three sessions to complete. Okay, and then model number 9, high availability. So that is, so what is active passive, I mean load balancing and high availability purpose. So we are going to deploy your checkpoint firewalls as a backup purpose. We are going to have one more checkpoint firewall, right? So that backup role you can deploy in a two different way, active passive and active active. or you can say high availability cluster as well. So cluster XL. In checkpoint term, we call it as a cluster. So we are adding these two firewalls under one group, okay, and we use as a backup purpose and then load sharing purpose. Okay, so what is cluster? We are adding a group together these two hardware, two different checkpoint hardware for a backup purpose, and one hardware goes down, another hardware it will take care the existing traffic. Okay, so that all that deployment we have a active passive mode and active active mode. Okay, so what is active passive deployment and active passive deployment will act like a uh, backup redundancy purpose. Okay, active active will act like a load sharing. It can both the devices can share the workload. So when you deploy in active active mode, and if you deploy active passive mode, one simultaneously only one device will work and another device will in a rest mode, okay, listening mode. And if the working devices goes down, the rest in a listening stage, the device will be active to achieve the redundancy purpose, guys. Okay, so that will take one session. Okay, and then module number 10, which is monitoring and reporting. So we'll while configuring all this configuration, right? So from this policy, we'll start to monitor the traffic. So what are the type of monitoring tools? What is smart event? What is smart viewer? What is smart tracker? So how to use to monitor the traffic, right? Everything we'll use in a from the module number 4. We'll start to use these tools. So I'll So what is smart event? How to use it? What is smart reporter? So how to use it? Right. So what is smart view tracker? These features are monitoring purpose. So monitor, you can monitor and you can generate that report. So so this we will use it in a daily basis after the module 7, guys. Okay. And so however, for introduction purpose, I can add it one session, separate session for that. Okay, and model number 11, it's talk about the troubleshooting. So here you are going to capture the packet and you're going to troubleshoot protocol wise, configuration wise, and packet flow of your checkpoint. So troubleshooting session, we we are going to have three sessions, separate session for troubleshooting. Okay, so separate session for troubleshooting is okay. So this is the um, course content we are going to cover on in this checkpoint firewall. Okay, so up to module 11. So this checkpoint firewall. Okay, let me give your introduction, one session, and lab setup, two session, and initial configuration. So it will come 3 to 4 session, and then security policy management console, one session, and policy layers and NAT +2. So advanced firewall application control URL filter will take one session, and IPS will take one separate session, and identity awareness. So it will take three sessions, and VPN will take three sessions. High availability will take one session, right? And then troubleshooting will take three session. So 9, 10, 13, and 18, 20, 21 session, 20 to 23 sessions max to max it will take to complete, guys. So which means so it will take 1 month. Okay, so it will take 1 month to complete your checkpoint training program, guys. Okay, clear. So For me, it is need 20 session, and I have added extra 3 sessions. So in case if you have any doubts, or if you have any queries, so we can discuss. And sometimes it will take time, right, while doing that discussion. So sometimes it will take time. So that's the reason I have given a time frame 20 to 23 sessions to complete your checkpoint firewall, guys. Okay, clear? Okay, yes, this is your roadmap of your training. Okay, and so coming Monday, I'll give you on which day, which type of which topic we are going to cover in a like this. Not coming Monday. Okay, here. So in a short manner, it's given, right? So it's for the previous batch we given. So we need to modify that. So it will take 22 sessions to complete your checkpoint firewall. So in a short terms, I'll give you this start note. So what is your roadmap of your training program in checkpoint? So day one, what is the topic we are going to cover? Day two, what is the topic we are going to cover? In a short notes, I'll give you turn tomorrow or day after tomorrow, guys. Okay. So most probably I'll give it. We will go with the lab access, lab installation tomorrow and day after tomorrow. I'll give you this to Monday. Okay. Fine. So let's start the introduction to the checkpoint. It's a small introduction I just want to give you. Okay. However, the Monday session, I'll give you the again one more time. I'll give you the introduction to the firewall. So there we will discuss another time, guys. Okay. Fine. So any idea, guys? So what is the I mean checkpoint? If you know anything about checkpoint, you can share with me. Checkpoint is the first next generation firewall. So they claim themselves. Okay, but how that is obviously true as well. So first next generation firewall. Checkpoint. It's first next generation firewall in an industry which is established in the year of 1993. Okay, it's an Israel-based company. The founder who created this checkpoint firewall, right? So belongs to Israel. He's an Israelian, and checkpoints. The full name of the checkpoint brand is Checkpoint Software Solution. When they started, they're not having any hardware. They're not focusing. Actually, they're focusing the security products. Okay, but they're not having any idea. They don't have a separate hardware for them. Okay, so and they're not come up with the hardware firewall product very first time. I mean, as a firewall operating system, or you can say it's a separate hardware or separate operating system. They will not come up like they just come up like application. Okay, so the brand name is Soft Checkpoint Software Solution. That is the brand name which is introduced or which is founded on the year of 1993. So, yes. So there are three founders. Okay, you can see here. So it's established on 1993, and the founder it's a Israelian. So he is the only familiar person when it comes to the founders in Checkpoint. Other twos are not familiar to the people. Okay, so Maris Natch and Shalmo Karma. Okay, so these three peoples are the founders, and when it was established on in the year of 1993, and it's an Israeli-based company. Okay, apart from that, so nowadays there is a relativity some relationship with the Checkpoint and Palo Alto and FortiGate. The founder of Palo Alto, founder of FortiGates, their previous employment in in checkpoint firewall. So that's the reason whatever they feel there is a flaw in a checkpoint, they have additionally created some feature and they have started to launch their product. So okay, so that's the reason now this Palo Alto and FortiGate is beated the checkpoint, and they are the market leaders and checkpoint is the third position. Okay, Palo Alto and FortiGates are in the first two places, and then checkpoint in a third place when it comes to the firewall market. Okay, so top three, they are obviously they are a top three more vendors, but comparatively, Checkpoint in a third position and Palo Alto and FortiGates are first two position, guys. Okay, so the reason why they can beat this Checkpoint because they were employees in a Checkpoint software solution and they are the developers in their checkpoint operating system, so they know what is the plus and minuses in check available in checkpoint, so they have given solutions for that flaws which is available which is there in a checkpoint. So that's the reason they have beaten checkpoint very soon and they have become a market leaders, guys. Okay, so apart from that, they when they established in the year of 1993, they're coming with the softwares or applications, and they are focusing the security product, but that products they were just came up with the application only, so you can install your checkpoint still, you can install checkpoint operating system in your laptop or desktop. Okay, so in your server machine, so you can able to install it. The reason previously they have implemented whatever the features now it is available in checkpoint operating system, the now the latest operating system is called Gaia 81.x is the latest version. Okay, so this operating system previously before when they came to the market, right? So that time each and every features like VPN and then application control, URL filter, and firewalling features, security pool, right? So each and every security features they have created as a software bundle or application. Okay, so you you can just install that application in the ancient days and you can use that feature in a checkpoint. Okay, so so that's the reason still you can able to install your Gaia operating system in your desktop itself, and you can run your checkpoint firewall your own hardware which is your laptop or desktop. You can, if you have a two, three adapters, network adapters, physical adapters, right? You can run that hardware as a firewall, checkpoint firewall hardware. Okay, so that is more compactable. You can install separately in your laptop or desktop or VMs, right? So you can still you can able to install. The reason previously they came up as a just like an application. So now they have integrated all the application as a uh, okay, so still you if you want to use any of the features like application control, URL filter, or VPN features, so you can't directly use, even though if you have a checkpoint hardware, you cannot directly use that feature. You need to enable that application features or you need to enable that role. Okay, so in your Gaia operating system first, then only you can able to use it. So they have bundled as a software packages for each and every firewalling features, guys. Okay, so that's the reason because the reason they came up with a just application bundle previously, and they still all the application bundles they have integrated with their own hardware. Okay, so that's the reason you need to separately enable all these features. Okay, to achieve or to utilize whatever the features is available in a checkpoint, you need to enable it all the features separately. Okay, so while doing a um, distributed installation, you can able to understand what is packages or what is soft. This is called software blades. Okay, These separate feature bundles are called software blades. So if you want to use application control, if you want to use a URL filter, if you want to use a UTM features, right? If you want to use a VPN features, so we have everything. It's separate software blades we have. That blades you need to enable it. Okay, so fine. So let's I mean, this is in the year of 2000, sorry, 1993 it is established, and they are the founders. Okay, so Gil Sweat, it's well-known person, and so the right now Checkpoint use the Gaia operating system, guys. Okay, before that, I in the from the year of 1993, I told you, right? So so they have they have a different type of operating system. The operating system history, I just want to show you. Okay, so these are all the IPS. The very first operating system they have used IPSO. They called IPSO. Okay, so IPSO IP security. Okay, IPSO means IP security. Okay, actually this is an Linux based operating system. It's FreeBSD. It's a mother operating system. IPSO use Linux BSD, FreeBSD. It's called FreeBSD as a mother operating system. Okay, and they call it as a IPSO, IP security operations. Okay, so IPSO, right? And it was in the year of 1993 when they come up with their first sale. Okay, and after that they have upgraded their operating. So in this scenario, they don't have no hardwares, no hardwares. It's just an application you can install in your hardware. So either you may have a rack server, you may have an end device hardware. So it's compatible to with installation with the minimal device as well. Okay, and then after that, they came up with the next I mean another operating system version called NGX, NGX, next generation with the next generation features. So like it's an application. IPSO can filter the traffic, but it is not aware what is monitoring, what is IPS features. Okay, so but NGX have that feature. So along with the firewalling features, it's in a next generation firewall, and it can able to monitor the traffic as well. Okay, and so up to this, they don't have any hardwares. Again, no hardware. Checkpoint doesn't use their own hardware. Okay, so and after that, in the year of early stages, in the year of 2000, right? So in the year of 2000, and they came up with an operating system called Splat. Okay, when they use the NGX, they also have a hardware, but this hardware they use the hardware Nokia hardware. They don't have s- separate hardware for them. Say they used Nokia, they just tie up in the year of 1998. They tie up with the Nokia hardwares, and they have hardware is Nokia's hardware. Operating system is your Checkpoint operating system, which is NGX operating system. Okay, so they have started to sell in the year of 90 after 1998. From 1999, they started to sell 98 and 99. They started to sell their hardware product, firewall product with an next generation features called NGX, along with Nokia's own hardware. Okay, so so they don't the year of 2009 up to the year of 2009, whatever the product they have, so that hardware, it's Nokia's hardware. They don't have a separate hardware unit. Okay, they're not producing any hardware. So they have operating system. That operating system is installed on Nokia's hardware and come up as a Checkpoint firewall. Okay, so the year up to the year of 2009. Okay, after that only the year of 2009, Checkpoint acquired the Nokia hardware, and they after 2009 they come up with their own hardware. Okay, so with their own operating system. In the year of 2009, sorry, in the year of yeah, the year of 2009, they upgrade their operating system called Splat, security platform. Okay, security platform. So they, along with the hardware, their own hardwares, so they are upgrading that operating system. So they started to sell their own hardware. So in the with the operating system called Splat, security platform. Okay, so they started to give a operating system version from NGX itself. So IPSO used the free Linux based operating system, FreeBSD, but NGX their own operating system. Okay, so they give a name as R65. It's a version name. Okay, and after that, micro upgradations are there. Came up with the NGX, and the year of 2009, they did major upgradation on their operating system called Splat, and the version they have given as a version 75.20. It's a major upgradation. Okay, and then now we are using Gaia operating system. So from R76, the major upgradation, R76 to now the latest upgradation is R81.X. Okay, so our called operating system name is called Gaia. Okay, so R76 to up to now, whatever the checkpoint operating system we are using it, that operating system name is called Gaia, Gaia operating system. Okay, so the latest operating system is Gaia operating system, guys. Okay, R81.X now, which we are going to use it for our training purpose. So we in our training purpose we are going to use R80.X and R81.X. Both will use it, guys. Okay, clear? So in the year of 2009 up to the year of from 1998 to 2009, they don't have separate hardware, and the year of 2009 they acquired Nokia, and then it will become their own hardware. Okay, so now Gaia operating system supports hardware based firewall and virtual machine, right? VM firewall, and it will give us support. It can give us it can secure the cloud environment and virtual your physical data center, and then your virtual network as well. Okay, so cloud support also is giving. Clear, guys? So the latest operating system is Gaia operating system, and so it just for your information. It doesn't mean you really need to know this, but sometimes it will helpful to you when you go for an interview. Sometimes the interviewer will ask some. It's so that time it will helpful to you. So, but from here you need to know. This is very important. So this is just for your information, but this is must know about your checkpoint architecture. Checkpoint has two type of architecture, so you can that is two-tier architecture and three-tier architecture. So two-tier architecture and three-tier first let me explain the two-tier architecture, and then go for a three-tier architecture. Okay, so checkpoint Gaia operating system have different kind of roles. Okay, so you can you can enable this role. Let's say, I mean, to understand this architecture. So let me write down the major components which is available in checkpoint. Okay, so major components. Checkpoint security gateway or checkpoint gateway. This is the first component. Security management server. Okay. And third component, smart console. Okay. So the checkpoint security management server is called, sometimes we call it as in a short form, SMS server, security management server, SMS. Okay. Security management server. And this is security gateway. Okay. And this is smart console. Okay. So these three components are more important when you're deploying your checkpoint Gaia operating system, right? As a in a firewalling feature along with the full firewalling features. So without these three components, you can't able to utilize all your checkpoint firewall features, or you can't able to access your checkpoint firewall properly. Okay. So what are all the role? So this is the major three these components. What are the role of these components? So checkpoint security gateway is the feature. It's an act in a simple word, action taker. And as mentioned, it's a gateway device, so it which is deployed in a live production network. Okay. So in an inline mode, and as a gateway device. So this device only will protect your infrastructure from the vulnerability, and this device only will take action, like whether if you are going to block or allow some of the traffic, anything, right? So action is taken by this security gateway. This is a gateway device which act as a L3 device, so where you are going to perform routing, NAT, VPN, establish the VPN, everything is done on this device. Along with that, whatever the policy you're creating, whatever the traffic you want to allow, or whatever the traffic you want to monitor, right? So all the action is done by this device. Okay. Or this component, you can say it's a component instead of say device. This component is responsible for all L3 functionality and taking action, like filtering the traffic, taking the action against the vulnerabilities, what as per a fire what administrator configuration, right? As per the policy, as per the UTM feature you have enabled, right? Based on that, it will obey the commands and it will take action, so based on the commands. Okay. So this is the action taker component, guys. Then what is the second component? SMS server, checkpoint security, ASM management server. Actually, you can also say that policy management server. So whatever the policy you are trying to create, well, to filter the traffic, right? So all the policy will be created and managed by this component. You can't directly, if you want to block Facebook, right? You cannot go directly, you cannot go to the checkpoint gateway, and you can't create the policy on your checkpoint gateway. So first you have to go to the policy management server, and you have to create the policy here, and then the policy will be pushed from management server to checkpoint gateway. Okay. So you cannot create as an administrator, you can't directly access the security gateway, and you can't create the rule there. So rule, security rules and object, right? So everything is created and managed by this management server. Okay. So whatever the action you want to take on this gateway device, the command is given by this server, not by directly on your gateway. The command is passing through your management server, then your gateway will obey the command, and based on that, it will take the action. Even though the gateway is action taker device, but command, or I mean your policy creation, object creations, right? So everything is maintained by your checkpoint management server. Okay. So your checkpoint security gateway can be managed via your management server. Okay, you can't directly access your checkpoint security gateway directly. So through management server, you can access that gateway, guys. You can access, or you can enable that policy. You can enable the object on your checkpoint security gateway. You can create you can enforce the policies, right, on your checkpoint gateway via smart management server, security management server. Clear? And then the smart console, it's in a console application. So now I want to create some policy, or now I want to create some object to enforce on my gateway. So I need to create and how to access that, right? So the smart console application, it's in a console application, so which is installed in your end user PC, the administrator PC. Okay, so this is admin PC, which we have to install. This is an application we have to install on your admin PC. Through this application, through this console only, I can able to access my management server. From my management server, I can access my checkpoint, I can manage my checkpoint security gateway. So the policy, whatever I am going to create, object whatever I am going to create, so through management server only, I'm on my management server only I'm going to create. So to create that policy object, to manage your infrastructure, right, so we need to access that management server console. So by using this console application, smart console application, I can access the management server. Through management server, I can manage my gateway. I can run, I can send my commands to my gateway devices. Okay. So if you want to create some rule to take action against the vulnerability on your gateway device, first you need to access that smart console application from your management PC or admin PC. From there, you have to access your management server, and you have to write the policy and create the object, and you have to come give the command, right? So whatever it is. So from that management server, it will be enforced to your gateway. So whatever the management server is enforced, so based on that command, my gateway will take action. Okay, clear, guys? I hope now you guys are aware is what are these components: security gateway, and what is checkpoint security gateway, and what is checkpoint management server, what is smart console. Okay, so just have a idea. So if you are not able to understand properly, that is fine. Just have an idea. So these three roles are major components. These three components are major components in a checkpoint firewall. So if you want to access, or if you want to utilize the checkpoint firewall gateway or checkpoint firewall features, so you must know this three component, and via these three components only you can able to access your checkpoint firewall. Okay, so these three component, right? So what what is the relativity and the architecture, and then these three component? Okay, so your checkpoint security gateway and checkpoint security management server, I told you, right? So you can separately install your checkpoint security gateway. Let's say this is a gateway device. This is my SMS manager. Okay. So if I install separately, and I need to access my management server to create a policy and to enforce that policy on my gateway. So in that case, from admin PC, okay. So you have to install smart console application. Smart console application, I have to access my management server. On my management server, whatever the policy, whatever the object I'm going to create, that I'm going to enforce via SMS manager on my security gateway. Okay, so if I install this gateway as a separate, this is a separate hardware unit. You can deploy your checkpoint hardware separately only for gateway role, and separately only for management role. Okay, and smart console application need to be installed in your management PC. So the roles, the the action taker device and enforcement device separately, and then console device separately if you are installed it. Okay, so this is called three components are installed in a three different hardware. Okay, this is distributed way. This is called a distributed installation, or also called three tier architecture, guys. Okay, so if suppose, So I'm not having a huge environment. I don't have a budget. So I don't want to purchase two checkpoint hardware. I don't want to prefer for the distributed installation. So in that case, the same hardware you can install checkpoint SMS management server plus gateway both, and you can access the management server through smart console application in your admin PC. So in this scenario, SMS manager and smart console, sorry, your security gateway, both installed in a single hardware. Okay, so this is called standalone deployment or two-tier architecture. So your smart console I can access installed in a smart, I mean a separate device, and my both the role, both the hardwares I have mingled as a single hardware, and both the role I have installed in a same device. This is called a standalone deployment. We are not installing in a distributed way. So both are installed in the same hardware, and smart console application I can install in my admin PC. So it's in a this is another component. Both the components added as a single hardware. So this is called two-tier standalone deployment or two-tier architecture, guys. Okay, clear, clear, guys. So you can just export this. So I told you, right? So enforcement policy, enforcement. This is so the action is it's action taker device, okay, which is security gateway, or you can say enforcement tier. So what is three tier? So enforcement tier, management tier, presentation tier. So presentation tier is the smart console application through via that application we are accessing the management tier. From that management tier we are creating the policy objects, and we are enabling that software blades, everything. And we are whatever the feature we are enabling, whatever the object we are creating, whatever the policy we are creating in your management server, that is we are just for I mean we are just pushing that configuration to your gateway. We are enforcing that configuration in a gateway, so that will take a action. So whatever the features you have enforced in your gateway, right? So whatever the object, whatever the services you have enabled, whatever the software blade you have enabled via management server on your gateway, the gateway will be applied, all the changes will be applied, and gateway will be take action. So that is enforcement. So it is going to take action. So whatever the configuration you have done on your management tier, okay, so our main management server. Clear, guys? So this is very important interview question. So what are all the three-tier architecture? What it will do? Okay, you can also in this scenario, instead of saying that enforcement tier, management tier, presentation tier, you can also say what is the three different components: security gateway, management server, smart console. That is also you can tell as a three-tier architecture. Okay, and but if you want to say clearly, you have to say this, then you have to explain what is enforcement. You have to say that enforcement tier, management tier, and presentation tier. Then you have to clear what is, you have to clearly explain what is presentation tier. So it's a presentation tier, it's an application. So that's in a console application. Through that console application we can access your management server, and through that management server we can manage your checkpoint gateways, right? So clear, guys? So if you are installing separately all this components, that is three-tier architecture or distributed architecture. If you're installing all this component, I mean enforcement tier and management tier, and with the same hardware, and presentation tier will be installed in your smart console application. I mean in your management PC or admin PC. So that will be separately installed. So in that case, this is called two-tier architecture. Clear? Any doubts, guys? Any queries? So I just given a overview, I mean, an introduction to the checkpoint. So if you're not able to understand, that's fine. While doing installation, you can able to understand separately what is management smart console application, and where to download the smart console application, and what is the uh, management server, what is management server is doing, what is the gateway is doing, how to deploy, how to draw place the product in your live production network, right? All those stuffs you are going to learn one by one. So this is more important, architecture. So you need to know what is two tier, what is three tier. Okay, so just focus on it, and while doing a deployment you can able to understand clearly. Okay, so by theoretically, as of now, what is two-tier architecture and what is three-tier architecture, you can able to understand, right, guys? So do you have any doubts or any queries on this? No. Yeah, Kish. Yeah, Kishore, I'll share that recording. No issues. Guys, please drop your mail ID and your WhatsApp number along with your WhatsApp number. If you don't have any doubts, and please don't send any chat in your chat. Please share your WhatsApp number and then mail ID. Guys, please drop your WhatsApp number and then mail ID. So if you're from abroad, along with your code, country code, please mention that. Also, please share it. However, please share that mail ID here as well. As those who shared your mail IDs on WhatsApp number, you can leave now. We'll re- we'll meet on tomorrow session. O- Okay, fine. You can just ping me in my personal WhatsApp. Okay, guys, that's it today. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.